got more people?
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. Alrighty, we're zooming in here, and hello again. Welcome to 100% Garbage Reviews. I'm your host, Seaweezy, and today with me, as always, is Seaweezy, and
Yep.
a special guest, today only, is Seaweezy. I'm not sure if that Seaweezy's going to talk at all, but
He's here. That's
he's
what
here.
matters.
Alright, so our first card. There's a new Magic set. It's been fully spoiled. And it's Ravinica Part 2. I always liked all the guild stuff, so...
Or part 8.
Yeah, I guess Part 8.
Oh,
I like the guild stuff. I like the flavor that each one has. I feel like it's easier for the designers to know what they should make.
Yeah, their boundaries and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. So I feel like the Ravinica sets are pretty flavor-wise. They're usually a big win. So we'll see if.
So I did snoop around. I snooped around this set a little bit, and I think they're actually almost caricaturing what the guilds like.
Yeah.
It's like specifically just from what I've looked at in the Simic Guild, and we'll get to it. But it's almost like, oh yeah, they're about like evolving stuff and like pushing like genetic boundaries and stuff. And now it's like, all right, everything's a half fishman lizard person. It's like, dude, like that's just stupid. Like you don't need like be more. They tried at this point, and whatever. Anyway.
Okay, so first card, Kaya.
A Kaya, not just a broken commander only card.
Yeah, she is.
Let's read this one. 3 mana Planeswalker.
That's already spicy.
This one it doesn't do anything.
No.
Her -1 also doesn't do anything.
Yep.
And her ultimate also doesn't do anything. Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen a blank card.
She is so
What's
sad.
going on here?
Thesaurus. Oh, let's see the Thesaurus. There's another Kaya here. Let's see what she does. Oh, she's brutal. The brutal nasty.
What's that? Oh, so she could reset her loyalty.
Yeah, reset her loyalty.
No, sorry. I'm thinking of another thing. No, that's the one. She just can makes it's like a 4-card swing, and then she disappears into the night.
Yeah, and comes back and does it again. Get fucked, idiot.
It's
and,
just yeah.
This is the boss Kaya too. Like she took over the Orzhov guild.
Yeah.
So she should be like.
Yeah, she didn't do it by gaining 1 life or 2 life. I'll tell you that.
No, she made it. She did it by making the rest of the guild discard their whole hand. So yeah, this Kaya is in the.
I don't understand what they were even hoping for with that though. Like
I have no clue. Is stuff in the
is
graveyard
there some major
important?
problem with? I was gonna say, is there some major problem with 1-cost permanents?
Maybe
that's the only way this card does anything.
Well, tokens, I guess, technically.
Those you're not getting value out of that.
Yeah, I know. But, I don't know. Maybe the tokens are going crazy.
All right. Well, we got Dovin, who was also like kind of a throwaway Planeswalker character. Now he's the Grand Arbiter.
He got big.
Crossover crap. Like I don't understand why everything has to all of a sudden be like, oh, everyone goes to every other world. Like, magic is that you see different things.
Mm. Yeah, I'd
but
rather
who am I?
the Grand Arbiter be like a special character that isn't a Planeswalker, like Niv Mizzet isn't.
Right. So he's also 3 mana, so he's probably gonna suck. Okay, so he can grow in size. That could, I mean, it's not powerful, but it could at least be interesting. Okay, he can make tokens. That's okay. So he's like 100 times better already.
Oh yeah, is a flying token too?
Yeah. Top 10 for 3. Well, his ultimate super sucks. Okay, so literally he just spits out 3 Thopters and then dies. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, 3 Thopters gain 3 life.
Incredibly unexciting, but
Yeah. Yeah, he's boring.
at least on the scale of total failure to playable but lame to cool, he's at least very lowest point.
Yeah. Also, the other Dovin is like pretty boring too, so it's not like he had a.
Right.
It's not like he had a great pedigree or whatever.
Lineage, yeah.
And now we got the big boy, Rakdos.
I haven't seen this Rakdos, so he better be insane because every Rakdos is absurd.
He's funny.
Oh, we got to flip a coin. Wow, you have to flip that many coins?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Oh yeah, I hope you brought your whole change pouch.
But why? Like, dude, that could take a long time. Like, could you imagine playing this in Commander, like with like some casual with like 26 things on the board?
Someone just played. What is it? What's the one that makes 13 zombies? Like Unleash the Dead or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my god, what the hell is that card called? Army of the Damned.
Army of the Damned. It's like, don't worry, I got 13 coins. We can flip them all.
Flip them all. Why isn't it just flip a coin? And if it's, no, I don't know. Can we flip one coin? Do we have to flip fucking 75 coins?
I don't know. These Rakdos.
Also, actually, no, I really don't like this because Rakdos' whole thing has always been that he kind of screws the player over in some way, like, or is hard to use in some way. This card isn't hard to use in any way at all. Brutal.
Yeah, there's that. I think there's like the promo card below him, Rakdos Lord of Riot, so you can only cast him if the opponent lost life, and then.
No, that was the mythic from the second set of.
Yeah.
And then the first one was before that, Rakdos the Defiler, where you lose half your permanents and then they lose half their permanents.
Yeah, this Rakdos is only upside.
Yeah, that's lame.
Other than that,
Cool picture.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a big boy and he has flying trample, so he does that correct.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not like, dude. If you look at the other cards in Rakdos, they're like more again because it's all like caricatured now. They're all like more suicidal and homicidal and absurd than ever. And he's like, I'm just like a normal guy now.
Yeah.
Like what? Come on, bro, dude. They really like. We're only 3 cards in, and they just suck at making games. Like they're done. Like they're so done.
Oh no.
All right, I got Domri. We got another card
who
doesn't need to be here. So.
At least she's not the boss of whatever the hell that guild is.
So, okay, the plus is kind of strong, although it's 4 mana, so, eh. The -3. Your cards, if you have them in the top 4, that's strong. I don't think it's very good, but it's okay.
That -8 is sad.
What? Are you serious?
Sad. Oh, each end step? I guess
can we compare that? Can we compare that to fucking Bubble Girl with her make a 9/9 Kraken every turn?
Yeah. That is sad. I guess you make
what is
2
going
tokens. You make one at yours and one on theirs.
Yeah, but no, garbage. Like I wouldn't even use that. Like what?
No.
Okay, now, dude, what? What?
Yeah, she's way sadder. Cause this website's good because you can
get the reference.
Yeah, you compare it to what was original Dahlia. First 3 mana. All right, sweet. Next, the +1's draw card, or you can just immediately get Prey Upon, which is very powerful.
Yep. And then the ultimate is just obliterate your opponent forever.
Yeah, double strike, trample, hexproof, haste. Yeah, get fucked. So compared to this Domri, she got worse and cost more, or he actually, I guess. Whatever.
I thought it was a she, but now we know.
I guess whatever.
But yeah, add red or green, and then if it's a creature, it gains riot. That is the most powerful thing because you basically that means that. Yeah, which is good.
Quite good. But the
card's like playable, but
I'm sure it's actually probably not good because it doesn't do anything the turn it comes in, which is pretty bad.
No, well, it draws 2 cards. Oh, 2 cards if your deck is built a certain way.
Yeah. It's also she does have 5 loyalty to start, which is or he does, which is like pretty useful. But yeah, anyway. Also, just a side note, Riot is the keyword for this people. I guess Riot and Evolve or whatever.
Gruul. Gruul is the
Riot.
keyword for Riot's keyword for Gruul. I don't know what the hell I said. But yeah, so what that means is when it's only on creatures, and when they come into play, you either give them a +1/+1 or haste. So assume that every card that they designed is going to suck because it has Riot, but because Domri can just give Riot 2 good cards, it'll be powerful.
And you're almost always going to choose haste, I feel like.
Well, again, not if all the cards are trash and are undersized because they have Riot, because, that's how we design things. But, again, if you give good cards Riot, yes, you'd almost always choose haste.
Oh, we got the Prime Speaker?
New Prime Speaker. So, already, just automatically, I'm not going to like it as much as Zagana, because Zagana was fucking awesome. Format of 2/4 that has to tap and sack something, so it already sucks. So birthing pods?
Yeah, birthing pods.
That's so trash.
Yeah. The birthing pod was good because it's an artifact.
I'm not even saying that this is good or bad. I'm just saying, like, you can't make such a... Okay, we're a third Seaweezy is typing to us since he is unable to talk. But pods mana requirements were never an issue, ever.
Didn't it just cost 2 life?
No, 1 mana and 2 life, or 2 mana. But either way, that was not the problem. This is a killable pod that takes an extra turn. Like the birthing pod on 4, you could pod right away. Should have played on turn 3. Nah, this card sucks. It sucks. It super sucks. It ultra sucks. It's very sad. Sad is because you had an awesome version of this card that was way stronger, and now it's like, hey, here's this really nerf version.
Yeah, it's sad. Sad Vanifar. At least she looks like a ooze.
I also don't get why shouldn't the guild leader so in the last the Return to Ravnica block, I'm pretty sure 100% of them were big because they're powerful guild leaders. Literally all of them were 5, 5, 6, 6 type of people. 4.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't put this on someone else.
Yeah, this should just be a rare card that does this. Yeah. It'd be less sad, I think. Anyway, moving on from the sadness. Anytime there's any angel that mentions scales, it always sucks. So let's see. Oh, this one doesn't do anything like I would have expected it to.
Yeah. It's kind of wacky.
Why Vigilance? I feel like this card wishes it had lifelink, but...
Yeah.
Nice, as somehow their angel art is always insane, but art's really cool. Okay, so we can talk about Afterlife, which is really it's just so uninspired, man. I don't know what else to say. They gave
so many of it before. I feel like
when this creature dies, gain a couple tokens. Okay, I'm not saying that's weak from a gameplay perspective, but not exciting.
Yeah, it gains Haunted Creeper too.
Literally.
I mean, yeah.
This card's why does it get four power in the air and it needs Death Touch? Who wants that?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because it's black and they don't have anything else for black.
Yeah, what else does black even do?
Discard, I guess.
Gains. If this hits the opponent, they discard a card. That would be something. That would be spooky.
Whatever. It only has 3 life.
I think this card is a sweet spot card. I don't think it does anything in Constructed. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I have to be clear. I don't know the landscape of Constructed whatsoever anymore.
Neither do I.
But for example, this is not going in my cube.
No.
I mean, it just annihilates drafts for sure.
Yeah, draft this, slam this down, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it just bops you. You don't have to use any abilities on it. All right, we have emergency powers, so that's a really good name for a card, and it's big, so we like that.
And this is also the first
A 7.
Go ahead.
That's kind of funny. Okay, no, I'm in. They actually designed a cool card, and that is absolutely going in the cube.
Yeah.
So, Addendum is the most completely mechanic of all time. Basically, they needed a mechanic, so they did this really design for every single card with Addendum.
Yeah, I don't. It's
basically just in order. Like, for example, there's a ton of Addendum cards that we could look at that should just be sorceries without Addendum, but they needed a mechanic. They are instants with Addendum. There's just no need for it. Like this, whenever are you not playing this for Addendum?
Never, I assume.
At 0% of the time. It's never happening. It'll never happen once. I'd rather just let them lethal you than cast this for not because what does it do? It doesn't do anything. You can't from this without Addendum.
Other than that, though, the card's sweet.
Yeah, with Addendum it's great, but it should just be a sorcery.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Captive Audience. This is a big enchantment, so I'm hyped. I actually haven't seen it.
Yeah, this is a real big one. Okay, so the opponent gets it, and then you have to choose one.
Hasn't
for discard your hand in each this 5 2/2s. Okay.
So Rakdos should do something like this, and this is what your complaint was earlier about the Rakdos, the creature, that he wasn't fucking you, and Captive Audience.
So okay, first off, flavor wise, I think they nailed it. I think that it's hilarious, because this is what would happen to an audience of a Rakdos.
Yeah, you go to the show,
and you're done. You're done skis. This card somehow is going to be a lot worse than it looks. Always are.
I think it looks pretty bad to me because it costs 7.
Yeah, 7. I feel like 6, and we're kind of just to be playable though, because it really can't be very fun to play against. Tier 1 card, by turning whatever knobs you needed to make that happen. Wow, I don't think you'd enjoy this very much.
No. Also, what happens when you've chosen all 3?
Nothing happens after that. Presumably, you've lost the game.
Yeah, so Captive Audience, I like it, but it looks really weak.
Yeah, I don't think it's any good, which is sad, because I think Emergency Powers is actually nasty.
Yeah.
At least in my cube, it'll be nasty, because it's put a big old boy into play. And it turns out that draw 7s to reset their hand, but you start with a 7 drop or a 6 drop or whatever it is. That's really good for you.
Very powerful.
But Captive Audience, which you can put in play off the emergency powers. Wow, look at that combo. All right, now we got the Ravager Worm, which is wow, what an exciting flavor compared to these other cards. I'm so excited for the Ravager Worm, which could be a common and art. So it's big. No, it's not big. It's actually just a 4/5 for 6. Okay.
Yeah, it's expensive. It has Riot though. There's.
And then when it enters the battlefield, choose one. So it either fights something, or on Earth. Why can't it just be destroy target land?
That would be fun to play.
We have to have extra caveats.
It's got finally a card to counter Dark Depths.
Right. Yeah. Actually, no. That does not have. It does have an activated ability.
Yeah,
right, even though no one uses the activated ability. And then or Wasteland that they didn't Wasteland you with. Boom. And that they won't do in response. Boom.
strip mine or something. Fine.
Because they certainly won't strip mine you when this targeting the strip mine. Right away. By the way, I'd never seen this card, and already, like I said, every Riot card is just going to be tiny and shit. And here you go. It's tiny and it's shit. Super sucks. Yeah, it's good in draft or whatever, but I mean that's like the most faint praise you could ever give to a card, right?
It's probably pretty nasty in draft.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. I mean, because it's just like a 5/6 that kills their 5/5 or smaller. I mean, that's good. Sucks and it's super lame.
Yeah, but for six, dude.
Oh, and that's the other thing to point out. So this is like a dual modal card. So technically, you should have like, you know, A and A or A and B or B and A or B and B. But actually, the destroy land thing is just trash. So that's out. So already one half of that's out. And then for the riot thing, unless you are playing a tempo game and you need to kill them right away, then you're just gonna make this bigger.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a dual modal card that actually almost only has one mode.
That's like most dual modal cards, really.
It doesn't need to be, though, is my point. You could just... All right, anyway. So, yeah, I mean, Z- on that, just overall.
And we got the Hydroid Krasis.
Also does not sound like a mythic or look like a mythic at all.
Yeah.
Dude, can they just shut the fuck up with the jellyfish Hydra beast? Like, 6-year-olds find that amusing, okay? Like, literally, if you find that funny, you're 6 years old. Congratulations. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's just sad. It's hard to be scared. It's just like a bunch of stuff. Like, you're literally stupid. I feel stupid for just looking at this. Like, I'm on Punked or something. Okay, anyway. Green, blue. So when you cast it, you gain half of X in life and cards. Okay. Flying trample. And then it enters the battlefield. Okay, so it's just like mana. Why is this a mythic rare?
I don't know. It's not like special. It's like vanilla. It's powerful, I think.
I mean, it's like it just says that once you hit. How much mana do you want to hit with this?
You could spend.
For this to really be good,
and
you really need to.
That would draw a card. If you really needed it.
That's no good.
Needs to be 6 probably. So you get a 6/6. That
Yeah. If you no, that's 8 mana though, right? It's like pretty good.
Why is it 8?
Well, because it's 6 mana, you're only getting a 4/4 that draws 2. That's kind of shitty.
4/4 that draws 2. It's a 4/4.
2 is fine, but yeah, but like that's not that good. But at 8 mana, then you're getting you're drawing a lot. I don't know. This card kind of sucks.
No. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I mean, it's not unplayable or whatever, but like this reminds me of Genesis Hydra. Mm-hmm. And that card, I think, was more likely to pay off because it cheats the mana cost of
it gets something out.
Not right away. This is slower, but potentially more value. Or other than that,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't. Also, how does this fly? It doesn't look like it's flying. It looks like it's on the ground.
It's because it's like a blimp. It's a blimp.
More like in the sky, then.
Yeah, it's just sort of weird, and the art doesn't even seem that impressive.
No. No, it's this is probably the strongest of these cards. Well, actually, probably Emergency Power is the strongest of these, but this is probably the next strongest of them. But it's just like strong is not.
Rakdos isn't stronger.
Of this non like guild leader row.
Oh, okay. Also, I think the soldier on the right has the Juggernaut helmet, just on the right side of the card.
That is the Juggernaut. That's how big he is.
It looks weird. All right, next.
Oh, back to Teysa Karlov, who's always been around. Wait, why is she 7 mana 4/4 awesome beater to a 4 mana 2/4? That's a little sad already. already hate it just from the first like 7 words.
Yep. It's Baron Rivendare.
What a heinous line of text that is. Unbelievable.
It's so...
Can't it literally just say you get twice as many afterlife tokens from your other creatures? Yeah, right. Your death rattle is triggered twice, like literally, right?
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
The fact that that's how they had to word that. Again, they get vigilance and lifelink, which are not the abilities you want them to have. I mean, lifelink is always fine, but your 1/1 spirits having vigilance. I mean, again, it or whatever. I mean, she's powerful as fuck in draft.
Oh yeah, brutal.
Presumably, because you're doubling the spirits you're getting.
Yeah.
And like the rest doesn't matter, but yeah, I mean, she'll bop you, but the way this does anything you constructed, I don't think.
No, not great for the guild leaders. Disappointing. All right. Now
Yeah, really lame.
Azorius. Alrighty.
Real quick though, can we actually just look at the taste from the last one, which was Envoy of Ghosts, because so fucking insane.
Yeah, protection from creatures.
Vigilance and protection from creatures, and then whenever anything hits you, it gets bopped, and you get its spirit.
That seems like a lot.
Go from that to this, like.
She got a lot worse. Art looks nice.
Oh yeah, let's see this. The Azorius Renegade. Each opponent creature spells with converted mana. Okay.
Oh, help.
The number of lands that player controls.
Isn't that another card?
No, not at all. There's no card that does that. Whenever opponent casts a spell, if no mana was counter, that's here.
Yeah.
So this is meant for like human beatdown and vintage. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. He's a human soldier too. Isn't there like a soldier deck or something?
That's a she actually.
Oh, it's a she. Sorry.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a soldier deck that whenever you play a soldier, get bigger or whatever? Oh, it's like an ally maybe. Yeah. So this is.
Yeah, this is it's just a bizarre hoser card.
This is it's so weird because the Wizards sort of moved away from this sort of hoser design, right?
Yeah.
They have
well, the other thing is to make it more bizarre. It doesn't actually hose a single thing in the fucking set it's in.
Yeah, it's just
it hoses shit from 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. Did they just like?
It's an F- for sure.
Yeah. Did they? Were they like got like the PDFs of their card designs or whatever?
Why isn't this just in one of those products that isn't in standard? Like.
Yeah, exactly. Like a promo thing or something. These are all modern legal.
Yeah, I don't actually know if it's any good. I mean, who knows, right? I don't care, but it's lame as fuck. And if you like, dude, you open this as your rare in your like pre-release draft, you're just gonna rip it up and just walk off the table. Like, fuck it, like. Fuck, you got a really hard to cast Grizzly Bear. Great.
I just don't.
The Scourge Diva. All right, already the name and flavor is A+. That's
Judith.
Whenever non-token creature you control dies, deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, that card would fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you up for sure. Yeah, that's. Oof. I kind of wish she wasn't a 2/2, but I guess they didn't want to make her like.
If one thing you could change, I would change for her is that creatures you control get +1/+0. So she's like a 3/2.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'd change, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
Spooky.
It does. It also matches what Rakdos should be doing, right? Like, should be.
One thing I will say in general is there's been a lot of. I mean, I guess it's just because of tribal type buffs in general, but like there's like a lot of goblins and stuff that like give all goblins +1/+1 and stuff. Yeah. I don't think red should be giving plus life, so I think this is better designed for a red type of aggro card.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
So yeah, I like it overall. It's a good one. Got of the old ways, it's
Oh,
old style. You can't cast non-creature spell. Well, actually, that's already very inaccurate based on the old ways, where it should say you can't cast creature spells. but so already we're off. So you double your mana, and you can't. That is a spooky ban. Let me tell you. I don't know that a deck with this in it is going to be any good, but when this works, oh man, like you just totally roll your opponent over. You
yeah.
can play
Double
Crater Hoof.
mana. Yeah.
Or maybe the new not so Crater Hoof.
I guess the hope is that you untap with this. Also, being a 5/5 helps a little bit tougher.
Yeah,
to kill.
no, he's big man. Double your mana on a 5/5.
Yeah, but 5/5.
Okay, we have commentary from Seaweezy. When you use the lady from Dominaria that gives you mana for attacking instead of this dude, I don't think so because, well, number one, this is bigger and therefore harder to kill, which is probably important because you really care about. And two is this doesn't require anything else going on whatsoever. You just have to have this not die to then play your big fat guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. It seems good for Gruul as well. Like, it makes sense.
I mean, it ironically almost works better with the old Gruul mechanic, which was Blood Rush, which is basically allowing you to cast spells without them being spells.
That's why she's of the old ways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now it's all coming together. Okay, we lost Seaweezy. It's all right. Yeah, not like first off, she looks way more evil than last time. That's weird. Oh, 4 mana 4/4. Enters battlefield. If you control another creature with a +1/+1 draw card. What? This is so lame. It's just like a strong like value card. Like,
Yeah.
like come on, man, dude. Look at Prime Speaker's Dagana, man. It's just so sweet.
Yeah. Draw 100 cards.
100 cards and make a gigantic woman.
Yep. This one's just, maybe it's good for draft. You can make her an 8/8 later.
Strong card.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a vanilla strong card. Like, that's so easy to make. It's a vanilla strong card that for no reason at all draws a card. Like yeah, okay, congratulations, you made it strong. Like, you can make all these cards strong if they also draw a card on them. Like,
yeah, it's disappointing.
I'm gonna make Nika of the Old Ways really good. You can't cast non-creature spells. Whenever you tap a land, double the mana, draw a card.
Oh, whoa!
I'm like, okay, I did it.
Genius.
I'm the best.
Alright. Next up is the Guild Mages. The cycle. Every Ravinica has to have Guild Mages.
Yeah, so the last ones. So I haven't read these yet, but if we're gonna go off the last ones, they were shit, and these ones are probably gonna be shit. So let's see. So for 2 mana, we could tap a big boy. That's pretty shit. Or we could deal 2 damage to an opponent.
For 5.
Yeah, okay, in the bin. We can gain 2 life or loot. It's closer, but this one is at least good in draft. But yeah, it's in the bin. It's shit. Oh, we can make someone discard a card that's similar to the original Dimir Guild Mage. So that's good. That one didn't. Not that that's that relevant. Or we could deal 1 damage to stuff.
Shouldn't red be able to hit creatures?
Yeah, maybe. But can we compare Cult Guildmage to Rick's Mighty Guildmage real quick? I'd like to make that comparison real quick if we could just pull up the thesaurus there.
Rick's Mighty Guildmage, huh?
Played with and won tons of drafts with.
Huh.
So those 2 abilities are your opponent can't block ever again. Fuck, they die. Oh.
Oh, it's pretty powerful compared to this one.
Yeah. Oops.
Clan Guild Mage.
Clan Guildmage can't block this turn for 2 mana. Why is it not 1 mana? Make a land of 4/4 for the turn. I mean, that's kind of nice, but it's 4 mana basically because you have to have the land.
Yep.
Yeah, in the bin. And the Combine Guild. What the fuck? FL drafts. What?
I've got. That only makes you think of. I've got a brand new Combine Harvester.
Oh my god.
You know what's up?
Oh no. Okay. Oh. Wait. When it says with an additional, that means it gets one, right?
Oh. I think it
or
gets
does
one.
additional to have one, and then it gets another one.
I think additional means it gets one.
Gets one, yeah. I think so, especially because you're talking about 2 mana, and then you have to play stuff.
Yep.
And you can move. A? Not even like all?
No, 1 for 2.
A? Oh, dude, get out. Funny for this. Like, what is this shit? It's shit. Dude, look at. I don't even remember what the old one did, but I'm gonna look. Okay, Zamek Guildmage. I don't even remember. The same first ability without the tap. Oh, second ability looks
It's a little bit better.
Draw a card. This guild mage looks pretty sweet.
Oh, God. And especially how similar they are.
Yep. It's the Zamek Guild is just way better. All right.
All right, now we got the Basilica Bellhaunt. Yeah, whatever. These are all like the hard to cast cards.
Yeah.
Let's see if any of them are good. The Bellhaunt, whatever. I mean, he's good in draft or whatever.
Yeah. The Sphinx seems bad.
Sucks. Rakdos Firewheeler? Dude, this guy looks like a Dynasty Warriors character. I'm telling you right now. Dynasty Warriors. 2 down. So it casts Mini Searing Blaze? That's lame as fuck.
Yeah.
And that looks like a World of Warcraft character in its mid-40s. Dungeons and has some really interesting gear. Let me tell you what. Can't be blocked by... Oh, it's a 5/5. Okay,
yeah, that's
a big boy. And then deals... Destroy artifact... Whoa!
Yep.
By far the strongest one of those so far. And then the Frilled Mystic. Oh. Mystic Snake, huh?
Yeah. It looks pretty good.
That's... Wow. From, like, garbage to pretty garbage to good. Huh. Interesting.
All right, we're back on rares.
That's interesting. Okay, we got the Absolution.
Ethereal Absolution.
Oh, 6 mana to do a Anthem and Reverse Anthem. That's a lot of mana. Oh, and then you can make... Nah, it's not good.
No, that's a lot of mana to do that. Absorb, I mean...
If you can resolve it, you'll win. But whatever. The reprint from a very, very, very long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Is Beat Devil a reprint?
Artifact Creature. That's the first time that a card's had that text of Artifact Creature or Planeswalker. At instant. Too hard to cast for it to really be of any note, though.
Yeah.
In terms, I mean, you could play this or whatever, but it's nothing special at all. Enchantment. What is even going on in this art? What am I even looking at?
It's the Cinder Vines? I don't know. It's like a goblin and he's being attacked by them or something? I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Whenever opponent casts a non-creature, it deals 1 damage, and then you can sack it, destroy, or... Okay, so it's an anti-artifact enchantment card that might get a little damage in.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty reasonable.
Is probably pretty good for an aggressive deck that somehow cares about an artifact or enchantment, which sounds very narrow, but...
You gotta worry about Ethereal Absolution.
It's familiar. What is going on with this? Okay. 2 mana 2/2. Looks like it should be a 1/1, just based on how like tiny and frail it is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know if frail is... It's tiny and muscular, but...
Yeah.
Tiny. Activate abilities. If creature costs 2 less to activate. Can't reduce the cost to less than 1 mana. Next time a creature adapts this turn, God.
Yeah, it's so
Oh God.
they wrote that really strangely.
But that okay, yeah. But so basically, this card completely cheats the adapt mechanic in every way, and
Yes.
that is really strong. I think that's got to be a
Yep.
bomb and draft
Oh yeah, like suddenly, like adapt. Okay, he got bigger. That's good. Oh, he gets
every
big
turn,
fast, and he can keep
every
doing it.
turn, every turn.
Yeah.
The cheap too.
Also, the tap doesn't cost mana, which is like,
Yeah.
shouldn't the other ones like not cost mana or something? Cost tap? I don't know.
Ah, fuck you.
I guess.
How about that?
Kaya's
How about
back.
that? Okay. Wow, 2 cards in one set that cost white, white, black, black.
Yep.
So it's hard to cast Wrath that gains you something. That's very powerful.
Yep.
I mean, but it's very powerful.
Kaya herself sucks, but when her mad, when she's angry,
Yeah, she's very good.
the-
The Deputy of Detention.
it is
Right on
detention sphere.
Oh yeah, it's just on a
Yeah.
1/3.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's just not as good as Detention Sphere. Like
No.
Detention Sphere, like it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you even have like artifact, anti-artifact stuff in here, or
Yeah,
enchantment
just
stuff.
reprint Detention Sphere.
I agree. Theater of
Okay, we
Horrors.
got the Theater of Horrors card of your library. During your turn, if the opponent lost life this turn, you can play the card if they lost life,
Yeah.
and then it can for 4 mana ping them, so it can enable itself in a shitty way. I'm pretty sure this is like pretty nasty if you have any enablers in your deck.
I assume you would. I assume you're playing like small beatdowny guys or whatever.
I don't know if it can make it in constructed or not, but in a well-made draft deck, this is just
Crazy.
pretty sure.
This is Judith again, I think. So, I
Yep.
like the other.
She's just an all-star. This card's cool. Might not be good, but it's cool. I like it.
Now we have
Better with the Rakdos cards than everything else by a lot.
Okay, so now you said Riot cards are always going to be smaller than they should be,
Yeah.
right? Now we have a Riot card who's not, and he looks
Wow.
pretty reasonable.
3 mana, 3/3 with trample, and it's your turn. You and the Spellbreaker have hexproof, so it's got hexproof from sorceries, basically.
Or instance.
I think this pretty much. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I meant to say it backwards. Protection from instance, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a 4/4.
He seems pretty good.
4/4 trample is a lot better than 3/3 haste trample, unless they're gonna die. Because at that point on the curve, 4/4 is going to be way bigger than everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think my problem with this guy is like yet he has no flavor or identity at all.
Yeah.
Spellbreaker, but he's not really at all.
Yeah, it's just a beatdown.
Yeah, he's a Gruul haste beatdown guy or something. Mimic Ascendancy. Again, look at this art. Like, it's such a joke. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it looks almost like
Stupid.
messy.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like, okay. You can put a +1/+1 for 5 mana to get the first one of those. That's a lot. Whenever or put on a creature, you may put growth counters. And then, no. Oh, 20 or more? This is stupid.
Yeah.
This card sucks.
Yeah, 20? Come on.
I think I'm trying to think of alternate win cards that I've actually appreciate. Helix Pinnacle is cool.
Especially with
Yeah, Mox Lotus.
Mox Lotus, yeah.
Very good. Touchable's cool, where she hits him, win the game. No.
Yeah. This is just
It's just not happening.
I don't know. It's just so sad. Like it has maybe you would use this, maybe. I don't think you would because it's so expensive. But like, if you did use it, it wouldn't be because of the last text. I don't think. You just use it to put +1s on stuff. Like maybe in draft you do that.
No, I think it's shitty in draft too. I think very slow.
It's just trash. Like if you don't want to put win the game stuff in your game, that that literally says it, then don't pretend to put it in your game.
Right.
Just don't put it in. Like whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I like it.
Keep
Of
going.
the last breath, who pretty much doesn't do anything. Cool. Zoria Skyguard. That's too expensive. Fireblade Artist. Yeah, nothing going on there. Cool art. Iron Crusher. He sucks. Drog. Okay.
Alright. Mortify is a reprint, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mortify is a reprint. That's another old school reprint.
It's pretty good.
One's Acuity. Test it during a main phase. Oh, okay, so it's like a value engine.
Yep. For it.
Acrobat.
Oh yeah, Spectacle is another.
Yeah, it's the word for Rakdos.
Yep.
Where basically, if people got damaged, you could pay spectacle costs. Card's lame. Cool art though. Some of the Wild. Oh God.
Yeah. It seems pretty strong.
Draft. That could even see constructed play, I think.
Oh yeah. Can't be countered is quite an effect. And everything
And
gets
then
riot. Your good
everything
cards
has
get
haste.
riot.
And like this, when you give riot to real cards, ooh,
Yeah. Things that normally should not have haste. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
or if the haste just wouldn't be that good, then they just get bigger. So it's like a free cop out if the haste just wouldn't happen to be good that turn.
I forgot that was a real card. I just looking ahead. Don't look ahead. Stay on Geyer Engineer.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty spooky. Mick particularly cares about Big Ramp though. I feel like Gruul would have liked that card more.
I guess if you're adapting or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they can't use it, but I just feel like it's more of a Gruul card.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know.
But sure.
I read this one as the Pointless Pontiff.
Yeah, it's a pointless pontiff. It's not pitiless. It's pointless. Sacrifice another creature, death touch, whatever.
It's going in my vampire deck, that's for sure.
High Alert has some really cool art.
Got the spotlight.
Creature control attack. Yeah, nope. From their graveyard into play? No. Oh, that's really strong. 2 mana 3/3, or if the haste happens to be good.
It's quite good.
Oh, we could just close the review now. Dude, I really want to know who hired the 6-year-old and let them design cards. I'm not kidding. Like, whoever designed this card, I would say that to their face. I'm like, you design cards like you're a 6-year-old.
There's more mythic rares if you scroll down.
Because, I mean, that's just like... I mean, if you honestly are like, I play the Shark Doe Crab, like, I'm sorry, but... into it. Just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna not say anything more. But let's just say it doesn't say good things about you.
The Shark Crab, oh yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we have the Tithe Taker.
Yeah.
Going down to some more rares and stuff. During your turn, spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast. An ability, yeah, and that. What? Who cares? Oh yeah, precognitive perception. So, which do we want to do? Draw 3 cards, or like Uber draw 3 cards?
Oh, it's weird. I think I'll do the Uber. Draw 3 cards.
Yeah. But what if you had a counter spell up? Then you could like draw 3 cards at the end.
Whatever.
5 mana draw 3 is like not really good, but not the worst thing ever. But it's not really good. And then this like Uber draw 3 thing where you scry 3 is like insane.
Yeah.
Like
Super
scry
hard.
3 draw 3 is like you basically just get 3 insane cards.
Yeah, no matter what. You're not going to get, oh no, I got 3 lands? No. That's not going to happen.
The spawn of mayhem, spectacle,
He seems very powerful.
trample. Then you upkeep. There. Then if you have tenorless life, but oh wow.
Yeah. He's got it all. He enables
Yeah,
spectacle.
Enables it. He's already big. He can be cheap, and then he gets even bigger.
He flies. He does it all.
He's way better than Rakdos.
Yep. Rakdos' babies are better than him.
Yeah, that card. How do you beat that?
I don't know. He's nasty. A nasty boy.
Sadly, he can't go on my cube just because he has no support whatsoever. But Skargan Hellkite. Wait, what am I even looking at here?
Why is he mono red?
What am I even? Oh, okay. Wait, so that's his head. He looks like okay.
Do they have 2 heads?
Dude, the way the art looks, it looks like is like kind of shrugging,
Yeah.
and it has like a fire cannon dick.
I still actually can't figure it out here. I gotta zoom in.
The head is at the bottom of the screen. It's like doing like a loop-de-loop. Or so. This art is a mangled mess. Anyway,
You know what it is? So there's sparks coming off the guy's mouth, and the sparks go onto the spot that looks like his head, and it's a perfect like lineup for eyes. So that's why it looks like that. I figured it out.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The sparks, look like eyes. It looks like a raven that's like, I don't know. Talk to me. I'm the guy in there.
They fucked that up.
The sparks could not have been in a worse place. Like, at all. Like, you
No.
couldn't have drawn it up any worse. Extra hands? Or claw? Or
I don't know. This guy seems way worse than the Spawn of Mayhem.
whatever. That art is literally a disaster. Anyway,
Yeah.
so he's got Riot and Flying, 2 damage, divided 1 or 2 targets.
If you want his ability to do stuff, you can't give him haste.
What? Get out of here.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Growth Chamber Guardian. Oh, come on. They need to say play. Put it in your hand.
And then you
Shit.
can play next turn.
Dude, it needed to say in play. That would have
Yep.
been awesome. Just get all the Growth Chamber Guardians. Then it might have actually been okay. Instead, it sucks. I'm just going to go down to Incubation Druid because it's a rare. Add 1 mana of any land. You can put... Okay. Why does it? Why can't it just add a mana of any color? Why do we have to have this really bizarre...
I don't know. They don't want you to play 5-color decks.
Well, like, who
Actually.
cares? Like, it's just a rare. Like, whatever. This, whatever. We don't have to keep going. This set is a fucking disaster.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Cards, so enjoy that.
Brutal. Can't wait to get the shark. But yeah, Sharktopus Cube. Shark. What is it? The fuck is it? Where is it?
Crab, Octo, Shark.
Shark to Crab. I can't wait to make the Shark to Crab Cube. That's only.
What? Okay, hold on. I just scrolled down to the true monocolor cards. Mass Manipulation. What kind of nonsense joke card is this? XX blue, 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 blue.
Yeah, it's a lot of mana.
So for 6 mana, you can steal 1 thing. 8 mana, you can steal 2 things.
You steal Planeswalkers.
3 things. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. In draft, you'd still pay 6 to steal something. You just either stop making mind controls or make one that can actually be played and constructed, because literally they're all so trash that they can't go near constructed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing just sucks. It's all just sad. Anti shout out to Not So Craterhoof.
Andrea's Forerunners. Whatever, if you can't reprint Craterhoof, he's close enough.
Reprint Craterhoof. He should be the guild leader of all 10 guilds.
He should be the guild leader. Yeah,
The watermark for every one of them, and it's just Craterhoof Behemoth.
they have this like art, it's like meeting of the guilds, like an enchantment or something that draws you cards, and then it's just like they're all
Craterhoof's
tiny
just flying through the fucking sky down like a meteor from hell.
all the other guild leaders are just like tiny people. There's a big Craterhoof sitting there. I'm here for the
Craterhoof. Let's actually just review Craterhoof and how great of a card it is.
Do you have the art for it handy?
I mean, I have a tattoo of it, but sadly that won't help our stream.
I need the real art of it. Hold on. Let's see if I can scroll up. There it is. There we go.
Craterhoof Behemoth is
There's
maybe
Yukimoto playing it.
Yep.
High
It is arguably the greatest card ever.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because it, number one, and have a board, you deserve to win.
Yeah.
And it does that. Sorry, if you have 8 mana and a board, and then they don't counter it or disrupt that board, while being absolutely hilarious and gigantic and awesome and flavorful. And there's nothing bad to say. All these other cards, I have about 100 bad things to say per card.
But the Craterhoof, he will always have a space in our hearts.
And in our cube,
Yeah,
first pick.
That he stomped into our hearts.
we didn't have much of a choice, basically. We're blinking twice. Can you please help us?
when you play Craterhoof and he is like a 16-16 and everything you have is like a 12-12 and you smash them for 700 damage, you feel like you're a genius.
Or when you play mono blue win conditionless storm and somehow put like the 4 permanent you have into play and it's good enough. You feel like a genius also. But yeah, so really I think it's important to just state that at this point in particular, there's just absolutely no reason to ever play Magic the Gathering in any official capacity whatsoever. And giving them any amount of money at all is just a huge mistake.
I agree.
If you have a social group of friends who plays it and that's why you play it, y'all need to step up, band together, and say, wait, we could play better games.
Or
because that is a disaster.
Or make a cube and play electronically so you don't give them any money.
Right.
Yeah, no money at all.
Oh, and the other thing is, actually, hold on. We have to do a special, to be very short. But we need to talk about the fact that their most modernized version of their game hacks their own game.
Yes.
And cheats the rules of the game because the game is so shit.
Yeah, Magic Arena, look it up if you don't know about this, but it cheats your land draws to have less mana screw than it normally would.
It literally is cheating.
If you put too many lands in your deck or something, it won't screw you by mana flooding you. And if you don't put enough, it'll give you enough. Not all the time. I think you can still lose because of it, but
yeah, you can still get screwed. But it should be like, for like, I can't remember the numbers. I saw the full breakdown, but it should be like normal built deck. You should get like land screwed like 6 or 7%, like 0 lands in your opener like 6% or maybe like one or less lands 6% of the time. I forget the exact number, but it was like about 6%. Let's just say for whatever like the bad not enough lands thing was. And it's like less than 1%.
Yeah, it's a huge difference, and
it's like really unacceptable. I mean, number one, it's just hilarious, right?
Yeah.
That they had to cheat their own game without even telling anyone. So I think really immoral because, oh man, I've been playing MTG Arena. It's really sweet. I'm going to go play Paper Magic. Oh.
Oh. Why does this keep happening? It never happens online.
It's not shuffle very well. Oh, no, little Timmy. You actually were tricked by a bunch of fucking assholes with a shit game.
What's funny to me is, I agree that the game should cheat and not mana screw you.
I think they need to just step up and... Okay, so this has got to be one of the oldest propositions, and obviously there'd be problems, and it would be a radical change, but I think their game has no choice but to make radical change. Be a land deck and a not land deck, and whenever you draw a card, you just choose which one you want to draw from. The end.
Yeah.
Again, that's not necessarily the best solution, but given what they can't change, solution, you can make cards that interact with those decks in different ways. And it adds, like, so they're all about making like too many decisions per turn and having way too much shit going on. Like they're that style of game.
Yeah.
So this will give you another decision, more skill. You have to decide you want to draw from your land deck or your action deck.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just.
Well, it would really screw up the balance of a lot of things, and that is all completely true, but spoken. Their game is unplayable. You can't just have magical hacks. Like, that's not an acceptable answer.
No. You can't hack your random generator and say, oh, no, it's fine. No, it's fine.
What to do?
You're telling me I should play this game offline too? Yes. But won't I get 5% more mana screws? Yes. Why would I do that?
And that's where you play your Pro Tour and everything?
Yeah.
The worst RNG? Like,
how come the professionals don't just play on like
you
a tablet?
can't. I'm sorry, you just can't have hacked numbers in your game. Like, that's not a thing. Like, what's next? Like, what? Where do we draw the line? Is it also going to be when you have 7 mana, you're more likely to draw a 7 drop because that'd be exciting? Why not?
Yeah.
Like, once you've gone down this rabbit hole, why not? What's the argument?
Yeah, why not just change everything? Why not change, like, if, like the Rakdos flip a coin? What if it was just like 55% they'd get destroyed?
Right.
Right, for online. Well, why not? It's more exciting. It makes them better.
Yeah, it makes the player who played it feel more powerful.
Yeah. Go all
that's
in.
what we want. Like, but no, like, for real, like, really cannot do this shit. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's totally off the rails.
Yeah, they're in dire straits. I think this set sucks ass, and I feel like Magic is dying a death. A death well deserved.
I mean, look, I'm not saying any game can last forever. I mean, certainly not. I mean, it's really just every great game ever is dead or dying. That's normal, but particularly in Magic's case, whoever they're bringing on totally jeopardized the identity of the game and the purpose of the game. At the design level, and then at whoever's working on their software and bringing them into the future, like, believable that you would hack your RNG to make the game more playable. So not okay.
No, it's hard to emphasize they really did it and they didn't tell anyone.
But it's hard to describe how not, like, RNG and these sorts of things is totally unintuitive to someone who maybe doesn't be, like, extremely well versed in the implications of this shit, but goes against everything that makes sense.
Yeah.
Poker site, which actually this happened and it's been a huge scandal. Like where poker site, I can't remember which one it was. It was one of like the bigger ones. They were caught to have rigged RNG at that point as much as just scripted hands.
Wow.
But in any event, whatever it was, basically what they would do is they would deal 2 players' hands, right? Very strong hand, like the second nuts.
Yep.
And the other player is going to have a draw for the nuts. Or with the draw is always going to hit, or it's going to hit all the time, like really often. And you might think, well, wait, why does the poker site care about that? Well, it's because of the rake. So the pots are bigger because both players have the nuts and second nuts all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So the pots are bigger, so they rake more.
Oh, my God.
And it was proven to be true.
Oh, my God.
Now
Yes.
you might say, well, this is different than that because that's malicious. Like that's them trying to steal money from players.
Yeah.
And it's different in intent maybe or in about it, but really it's actually just hacking your RNG, which is the same thing here. It's totally unacceptable.
Yes, the handsome baby. It is true. For Magic Arena, they did it. For best of 1 draft games, the draw, the mana screw part of it, based on how many lands in your deck, it's more likely to give you an opener of 2 lands. I think 2 or 3.
There's some really nice. You can probably Google it. There's some nice chart someone made that explains the breakdown.
There's a chart that explains it. I don't have it handy, but you could find it.
And the important thing there is, so now build your deck in a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
You should cheat on lands.
Yeah, put like 15 in. Fuck it.
Which is an unfair advantage that you're making a bad decision, but because you understand that they cheated their own RG, it's a good decision now.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, whatever that number is, maybe it's not 15, but whatever the number is, the point is once you have a hacked, now what would normally be mathematically sound and proper play is now not RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
well, maybe it's not really the way it works. Like they just do like sample hands and they pick one. It all results in the same thing, which is I don't care how it works. All I know is that the results are definitive. You don't get land screwed.
That's the
You're
important
supposed
part.
to.
That's the important part.
And you might say, well, isn't that a good thing? Well, no, because you can't hack works.
If it was me, I'd change it, but I would do the same thing as if I was stuck with a shitty game. I'm sure it made them more money because it made people happier.
Yeah, but I mean that's why it's just up to people. You just gotta quit. You just have to. You gotta say, okay, who has a huge definitive element of the game's balance and design is the random drawing of lands. Getting hacked. Made it. Yeah, you can't play that. It's just unplayable. Should be immediately uninstalled from every single person's computer. And if you don't, then you just don't understand these things. And if you did, you would. The end.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that's been our 100% garbage review.
And really, they did not disappoint. 100% garbage. Other than like 2 Rakdos cards.
The only shining star with Judith. Our hero.
Judith, we're very sorry.
Judith, we love you, but we're sorry you're stuck in Rakdos in the Ravinica guilds.
It's shit.
Nicobolus, please save us by destroying them all. All right. Have a good night.
Well, you probably will because they're just going to cross over everybody, and then we'll have Karn there and Ugin.
Yep, that's the plan.
And Lorthos.
Can't wait.
He'll tap down Nicol Bolas, and then Craterhoof will come in with a Superman cape.
Save the day. All right.
Yeah.
Goodbye.